Hi, everybody. I'm Pratibha Agarwal. I'm an immigration attorney. I'm located right outside of Washington, D.C. in Arlington, Virginia, but our clients are all throughout the United States, and that's because immigration is a federal practice, and that means that your attorney can be located kind of anywhere in the U.S., and they can represent you no matter where you are located. Hi, Sunny. Nice to see you. Hi, Jethan. Hi, Shanali. Hi, Ratna. Hi, Nainesh. Hi, Roop. Thanks for joining, everyone. So this is an opportunity, really, if you have immigration questions, if you have, those things that you're curious about, or you don't know what the process is. This is an opportunity for you to ask your immigration questions. Obviously, since there are other people listening, not just you and me, the conversation is not privileged or confidential. If you want to schedule a one-on-one call with me, we're doing them by Zoom. So we are located, as I mentioned, right outside of Washington, D.C. in Arlington, Virginia. But our consultations are conducted by Zoom or by phone based on your preference and what you're comfortable with. We can do a consultation if you have a question about your specific case. That number is 703-348-1663. It's Sunday, so we may not answer the phone today, but our office will open tomorrow, and tomorrow's President's Day, and some of you are off. So if you have time to schedule a consultation tomorrow, we can certainly fit you in. We're open 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern time, but if you call and leave a voice message or just call, we will give you a call back tomorrow. Okay, I would love to get you on the calendar, talk to you about your specific question. Otherwise, you know that can't be considered legal advice because I haven't. We have to have a consultation at least to form an attorney-client relationship. Okay, but I'm happy to answer based on your question. I can give you a quick answer, but know that I need to really probably have a consultation with you to give you kind of a full assessment of your case and go over your issue. All right, so I'm an immigration attorney. I'm located right outside of Washington, D.C. in Arlington, Virginia. And you can type your questions into the chat and I will do my best to answer them. I hope you guys, happy Valentine's Day, guys. Happy Valentine's Day, hence my red sweater here today. All right, I see a couple questions. Oh, also meant to mention I'm streaming on both Facebook and TikTok right now. So if you prefer one over the other, feel free to do that. Our handle is the same on both platforms. It's Agarwal Immigration, and that's Agarwal with one G. Okay. Hi. So Roop says if we are separated or have a temporary domestic violence case, can we get a 10-year green card? Yes. So first, Roop, that's a really good question. It's a really, really good question, and that's very important. And it's a case that we work on actually pretty often. So Roop, I'm assuming you're either married to a U.S. citizen or a green card holder, or maybe even if you're not, it's okay. If you're married to a U.S. citizen or a green card holder, and you're separated from them and you've never applied, or if you have a 2-year green card, for example, you can file to remove your condition. So this is if you have a 2-year green card. Let me back up here because this is getting a little bit complicated, I guess. Let me see. So Roop, there's a couple of situations. So let's say you entered illegally and you're married to a U.S. citizen or a green card holder. Let's say you entered legally with a visa, and you are separated from a U.S. citizen or a green card holder. Okay, so in that situation where you've never applied for a green card and there's domestic violence and now you're separated from your U.S. citizen or green card holder spouse, yes, absolutely, you can get a 10-year green card. And you can do this without your spouse's help, right? So let me say that again for people that might be listening. If you're separated, hi Rohit, nice to see you. If you're separated or divorced even from a U.S. citizen or a green card holder, and you're having marriage issues, and Roop has mentioned a domestic violence case, clearly there are some issues in the marriage, right? You can, even if you've entered illegally, even if you never applied for a green card, you can apply for a green card, and what you will get is a 10-year green card. So this is a self-petition that's completely on your own, that does not involve your spouse. You can apply for that, and we can help you with that. We are at 703-348-1663. Let me dive into a little bit of what that involves. So it takes our office a couple of weeks to prepare the application. But 6 months after we apply, anywhere between 6 to 8 months, you will receive a work permit based on your pending green card application. You will also receive travel authorization based on a pending green card application. So if you're not in immigration court, I'm going to say it's probably okay for you to travel abroad, but always best to stay, especially with coronavirus right now. But if you needed to travel abroad, you would have travel authorization to go ahead and do that. Okay? And then in 2 to 2.5 years, you'd receive your own green card. And you can do this without even involving your spouse, right? So in a domestic violence case, your spouse may not be willing to help you. Your spouse, you might not even want them to know. So this type of case, it's a self-petition where you can apply if you're married to a U.S. citizen or a green card holder, you're having marriage problems, even if you're out of status, even if you came with status and then it expired, or the marriage is not working out, you can still apply for and receive your own work permit and receive your own green card. So call us if we can help you. We're at 703-348-1663. Antonio says, Happy Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day, Antonio. Everyone here on TikTok and Facebook, happy Valentine's Day to you guys. Lots of love from our firm to all of you. I hope you get some rest and get to treat yourself a little bit today, whether you're with someone or you're not with someone. I hope you show yourself some love today. Let's see. Oh, the other situation that Roop brought up, Roop, I would love to talk to you about your case to kind of figure out what situation you're in. I'm kind of imagining a few different scenarios based on your statement here. The other scenario is, and we have clients in this situation also, essentially, let's say your spouse filed for your green card, or let's say you even entered the U.S. with a green card, right? So you came in and became a green card holder. So you were approved at the embassy for a green card, you crossed the border, your green card was mailed to you, and you received a 2-year green card. So you receive a 2-year green card when you've been married less than 2 years. So if you've been married less than 2 years, what you receive is a conditional green card, which is essentially the same as getting a permanent green card, except at the end of 2 years, you have to show USCIS, so you'll be called in for an interview. And you have to apply again to remove the condition. So basically, you're applying for a permanent green card at the end of 2 years. You do that to show USCIS that your marriage was not just for immigration purposes. Okay, and that's important. So unfortunately, if you're having marriage problems and your spouse isn't willing to help you go to that interview and show USCIS that your marriage was not just for immigration purposes, that could be problematic to go from a 2-year green card to a 10-year green card. All right. So Roop, I'm not sure exactly the situation that you are in, but let's say you have a 2-year green card already, and now there is a domestic violence in your family. There's marriage problems in this family, right? And your spouse isn't willing to help you remove those conditions on your green card. You can still do it on your own. Right, so you don't necessarily even have to be divorced yet. You can be separated, and based on the problems in your marriage, you can apply to remove conditions on that green card and get a 10-year green card. And then here's the thing you should know when you're in that situation. Usually, to remove conditions, you have to wait. So this is, let's say everything is going great and your spouse is going to help you. You have that 2-year green card, your spouse is going to help you, and you're going to get that 10-year green card, right? In that situation, you can only apply 90 days before the end of that 2-year expiration, right? So listen to me carefully for people that are in this situation, right? So essentially, when you first get married, so if you've been married less than 2 years, you receive a 2-year green card. And then 90 days before the expiration of that 2-year period, you apply to remove conditions and get a permanent 10-year green card. That's the normal process. But if you're having marriage problems and your spouse isn't going to help you, you don't have to wait those 90 days. You don't have to wait till 90 days before the end of that 2-year period. You can apply now. You can apply now on your own without your spouse based on the marriage issues. We do need to show USCIS that your marriage was not just for immigration purposes, and there's many pieces of evidence to do that. We could certainly talk about that, but you can apply right now. So let's say you've been married 1 year and it's not what you thought it was going to be. There's emotional abuse, verbal abuse, psychological abuse, perhaps in the marriage. Let's say you're separated. Let's say you might even be divorced, right? You can still apply on your own as long as your divorce is not is within 2 years of us. 2 years. Of us applying, right? So basically, if you're married and you're divorced, it has to be less than 2 years for you to apply through this method that I'm talking about right now. Call our office if we can help you. We're at 703-348-1663. Hi, Super Husky. Sunny. Hi, Sunny. Sunny says, hi, I request that I withdraw my I-290B. After 2 months, the online updates that says that your appeal was dismissed and the original decision on your case remains the same. What does that mean? That means that if you withdrew the appeal, that there's nothing, whatever the original decision was still stands. So if you if there was a decision with USCIS and then you filed for an appeal and then you withdrew that appeal. So an appeal means that you're asking, you think that they made a wrong decision. So you're appealing to a higher authority. So for you, it might be the AAO, the Administrative Appeals Office. So you may have appealed there. Or if you were in immigration court, maybe you appealed to the Board of Immigration Appeals. And then if you withdrew the appeal, then it means that they processed it and that the original decision in your case is still whatever it was. It still stands. Okay, I hope that's helpful, Sunny. Call me if you have questions, though. We're at 703-348-1663. Hi, Parin. Hi, Kasira. Roop says U.S. citizen. Yep. Okay. So I think I answered a question, assuming your spouse was a U.S. citizen or a green card holder. So Roop, if you have questions, call our office. You have the type of case that we work on very, very often. So if we can help you, certainly give us a call. We're at 703-348-1663. Kasira says, notice explaining that the USCIS action was mailed, I-360. What does this mean? Please answer. It just means that they mailed, that you should expect a notice from USCIS that something was mailed to you, and it tells you, basically, you're talking about email. I'm getting that too. It's an email just saying we've taken action. So just keep an eye out for a receipt notice. You can just check the status as well online, but you'll probably get something in the mail as well. Okay. Nanish is saying illegal immigrants. I'm not sure what you mean. Yes, there are some people that are undocumented. D. Bako says, Happy Valentine's Day. Thank you for the information. You're welcome. Happy Valentine's Day to you and to everybody else that's watching. Anjana says, hello. Hi, Anjana. Ali says, hello. Hi. Anjana says, sorry, I skipped your question here. Okay. My mom is very old, so I'm a green card holder and I have to apply for my mom. She lives in India. Okay, Anjana, that's great. So essentially, you can't sponsor your parents unless you're a U.S. citizen. So you need to wait till you become a U.S. citizen to apply for a green card for your mom. However, you can apply for a tourist visa for your mom, and she can come and visit you here, but only U.S. citizens can sponsor their parents, okay? And this is who green card holders can sponsor. And this is, let me just, for people that might be wondering, who can I sponsor? Maybe this might be helpful to you. So green card holders can sponsor their spouses and their children, unmarried children. So green card holders can only sponsor their spouse and their unmarried children, okay? U.S. citizens can sponsor their parents, their spouse, all of their children, so married and unmarried children, and their siblings. So that's the limit of family-based sponsorship as it stands right now. All right. I hope that was helpful to you guys. If you have a green card that you would like to sponsor, if you have questions about things that have already been applied for, feel free to call our office. We're at 703-348-1663. MT says, my asylum case was denied in November 2019. What's the estimated time for appeal? Because I didn't hear anything. You have to appeal within 30 days. So that's something you need to do. You could either file a motion to reconsider, and that's to the court essentially. If you or USCIS, you could ask them to reconsider the decision, or you can appeal. But usually, it has to be done in 30 days of the decision. M. Thakur says, my family got threatened in India and I can't do anything from here. I have depression. I don't understand what to do. Why don't you give us a call? Let's see how we can help you. We might be able to see if your family can qualify as a refugee. Maybe we can apply for asylum for you, and then maybe your family could join later. I know it's not great options, but if we can help you, give us a call. We're at 703-348-1663. Dildan says, hello, hi. If you have a question, Dildan, feel free to put it in here. Ali says, my sister is staying in the USA and I want to move to the USA. She was a green card holder. How can I move to the US? So first, your sister will have to wait till she becomes a citizen to be able to sponsor you. As I mentioned, if you are a green card holder, you can only sponsor your spouse and your unmarried children. If you are a US citizen, you can sponsor your parents, your spouse, your children, married and unmarried, and your siblings. So if your sister is a green card holder, she will have to become a citizen before she can sponsor you. But you may, there are other ways to come to the U.S. Like, for example, you might want to come on a student visa. You can come visit your sister perhaps on a tourist visa. We can talk about employment-based green card sponsorship. And maybe there are some humanitarian ways that you might qualify as well. So if you want to come sooner than having your sister sponsor you, which can take many, many years, call our office and we can see what options are available. We're at 703-348-1663. Tucker says, I filed an appeal, but I didn't hear anything. That takes a little bit of time. Actually, if you've already appealed, then it does take a little bit of time to get a notice from them to set a briefing schedule. Okay. Ali says, I'm in South Africa. Okay, great. Dildan says, my mom is in India. She's alone. How will she come? I have an asylum case here. So Dildan, we'd have to wait really till you become a U.S. citizen. So if you win your asylum case and you become a green card holder and then a U.S. citizen, then you could sponsor your mom, or you could bring your mom here on a tourist visa to come and visit you. That's an option too. Okay, if we can help, we're at 703-348-1663. All right, I think we answered all your questions today. It was wonderful to see you. Happy Valentine's Day. I hope you guys really get a treat today, and I hope to talk with some of you next week. Again, if you'd like to call our office for a consultation, we are open tomorrow, which is President's Day. We are open tomorrow. If that works for you, we are at 703-348-1663. And really, a consultation is an opportunity to go through your immigration issue, go through your immigration options, and we'd be happy to it's really an opportunity for me to ask the questions that I need from you to be able to give you your options, and then the same for you to ask me some things that you're wondering about, what you might qualify for. So let's discuss your goals and see how we can help you. All right. Well, happy Valentine's Day, everybody. It was nice to see you. I will see you very, very soon. Bye.